Hello and welcome everyone to Coldire's Bit on the Side. So in today's episode we are going to be playing Minecraft, and we're going to be playing the Minecraft Project World. So this is going to be a short episode. It's going to be just about 20 minutes as I go over the world in general. So let's go and change some stuff over, change that to classic. Let's also go down to what? There we are. Okay, so I don't want an online game. I don't want player versus player. I do want host privileges, and I want to turn the weather cycle off. Keep inventory on death. Mob griefing to just gone. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we're going to call this one MPW. Okay guys, so this is the Minecraft Project World. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be slowly but surely making small alterations to our world. Oh, I will need to go back and change something quickly, but we can change that in the second episode. In the first episode, we've just got stuff to do, guys. We have stuff to do. So in a recent update, they did add... Oh, that's a very, very interesting spawn. Okay. In a recent update, they did add a whole bunch of extra stuff to Minecraft in what they called the Adventure Update, I believe, where they've added a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm not entirely sure that these work in the classic map size, and I only ever play in the classic map size because it's just the best. So in this world, guys, it's kind of a very relaxed type of playthrough. We will just be building a house, building a farm, then we'll move on to making nice alterations to the world. So we'll add some roads, some bridges, some towers, some... we might even make our own little castle somewhere. I don't know, guys. It's just going to be a project world which we just slowly but surely work on. Oh, that's actually a really nice spot over there. I want to start over there. That looks lovely. Got my own little flat sort of plane to work on. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. So guys, in this episode, it's literally just going to be set up. So I'm going to just talk randomly about a whole bunch of other stuff which is going to happen on the channel whilst you guys you've probably seen what I'm about to do just a lot, and therefore it might be that interesting for me to really sort of commentate on this. So guys, as you may know, which you should know because you watched an update video, this is part of the Coldire's Bit on the Side. So these are my mini-series, my side series are all included in Coldire's Bit on the Side, and I will try and get these out at least the equivalent of one per upload schedule. So if I'm doing a daily upload schedule, then I will include one of these videos per day. If I'm doing a weekly, then I'll do one per week, etc. Okay, there will at least be one of these for every part of the upload schedule, which is still being decided upon. Alright, so we got some seeds, that's nice. Let's grab our map, because I do want that in position slot 1, which is where I keep it. There we are, very nice. Okay, so we're going to slowly get started on our base. So let's chuck down our crafting table, make ourselves a wooden pickaxe, get rid of everything else. Okay, so is there a cave nearby? The answer, yes. Very good. Having a cave nearby rather than having to dig one is really, really handy, especially for getting starter resources, if they are available, and it looks like they may be. Okay, that's great, but we do need to get some stone first. Well, we might as well get the stone on the way, I guess. Okay, so we need about 24 pieces of stone. Yeah, I don't really want to head down there yet. We need about 24 pieces of stone, just in general. This means, by having this stone, it just means that... Okay, let me just turn the gamma up. Make sure the gamma is on 100%. It is. Okay, guys, I apologise if it appears dark for you. The render can sometimes come out a bit dark. There's nothing I can really do too much about that. I've got to say, whenever I play Minecraft, I always get sort of very relaxed. I find it very relaxing to just jump into a game of Minecraft. It just chills me out just to the core. This game is just wonderful in that respect. In others, there's a lot of things they could do to improve this game, but hey, it's fine, you know. I think this game is where it is now, thanks mostly to YouTube. But it's an awesome game, and it's a very peaceful and relaxing game to play. Okay, so let's just quickly tech up. So Let's do that, create one of those, create one of those, and create one of those. Clear out our inventory and then just reselect everything. There we are. That's all good. Then we could also do with one of these, which we're going to put down. Am I forgetting anything? Yes, I am. There we go. That's all good. Do I need anything else? Oh wait, no, I've got enough for a secondary. There we are. That's what I wanted. So we'll chuck that on top of there. Okay, so time to go down into the mine this time. But first we need to slay some innocent animals. Because we need both food. Oh, well, I can slay some horses and get some leather. Any leather? No. Now, this might seem like awful murder, but really it's just so that I can potentially get some leather. Leather is very important in this game because they made a big change to how enchanting works. And basically, for the initial crafting that you need for enchanting, it's now no longer a simple matter of just crafting books. You instead need leather for books now, which is a nightmare to get. Okay, so we've got some there. Now, by killing off the local friendly mobs that spawn, there we are. Both I get XP, but it also forces the game to spawn in new mobs. If you're in an area which has a whole bunch of mobs, but they're not whatever mob you want for some reason, just kill them. This goes the same for enemy mobs as well. If you're after Enderman or something like that, just kill a whole bunch of zombies and creepers. You will find what you want that way. If you don't, then the game won't spawn in any new ones because you'll get to your spawn limit pretty quickly. So if you're after specific sheep, like there was no sheep around me, and now there's plenty. Also, now there's pigs now, which is good. I can utilize piggies. There you. Okay, good. So we do need how much? We have enough. We need to make one of you and one of you. So let's put down my bed. I like to make a little row when I start, just so I know what I'm doing. Let's put you here. There we go. Okay. So we can put this random stuff in here for now, which is good. I'm not interested in anything. I want pure stacks of stuff. Okay, so what we could do is we can go and chop down a tree, but I think it's probably going to be in our better interest to head further down. Do I have any? I don't have any wood, do I? No. Well, we probably do need to chop down a tree then. Nearest tree that I want to chop down. Wait, do I have any saplings? I should have got a sapling. No, no saplings apparently. Okay. That's fine. We will get some localized trees because that's kind of important. But now that we have the ability to chop trees down with our stone tools, this is going to be more useful. And we can go down there and get that iron that was down there. Although when it's viewed like that in the ceiling, it tends to be like a very small node and therefore not that useful. However, these 5 logs will be fantastic for us. So what we're going to do is we are going to utilize these to the full. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck these in here. I'm going to chuck 2 of these in there as fuel. There we are. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of those off, stick this one in there as fuel to burn 2 of those. And hopefully we should get some food out of this. Yeah, those logs are burning kind of quick. I may not get enough. No, there should be some residual heat from this, enough to cook it, I think. Just. Okay, that's fine. And then from this, I got 1 charcoal. That's okay. That'll get me at least some torches, which is good. We do need to have some torches in-game. It's not a huge deal to have torches, but I do like to have them as well because it lights up the area for you guys, so you guys can at least see what's going on. Because I've got my TV brightness turned up quite high, so that I can see even in sort of complete darkness in this game. Wait, hold on, we've just run past some iron, and it potentially could be more iron, although I feel like it's going to be a single node at this because it's just too high. Yep, single node. Knew it was going to be that. Okay. That's basically useless for us. So what we can do is we can light this all up. Once it's lit up, it's a lot easier to find blocks which are slightly different. like iron, for example, the bit that's here. So I can hear mobs, which means this is a cave. Basically, the game has two parts of its procedural generation. Sometimes it makes what's called a hollow, which is like a hole in the ground, and other times it will make a cave. Now, a cave will spawn enemies. A hollow won't, because a hollow is too small. Now, I can hear mobs. Can you hear them? So nearby, this is still a cave. It's just sometimes the procedural generation screws up a little bit. Okay, and when you can hear enemies like that, you are near a cave. So all you have to do is just have a look round. And try and find it. Nope. Although that looks like... no, never mind. Okay, well, we've gained some gravel, probably the most useful item in the game. And no, I'm not being sarcastic, it is in fact probably the most useful item in the game, for which I love to gather quite a lot of it. So I like to gather just as much of it as I can, because gravel is used in two ways by the game engine. It's used to fill in a space, so a lot of times where you think you've actually come to a dead end, in fact you've just come to some gravel, and if you dig it out you might find another entrance to another cave. Also, it's very quick to clear out, as you can see. I like to have at least one part on the hotbar where I'm actually counting what I'm gathering. Yeah, so you can see me gathering. Do you hear that? There's a slime area in here. It could just be nighttime. That might be why. It might just be nighttime. Okay, well we're running a bit low on food anyway, and 40 is a nice start. I wouldn't mind gathering some more, but let's head back up because we've got more stuff to build. I'd like to have a house completed. Yeah, it is nighttime. I'd like to have a house completed fairly quick. As you can see, I've saved a single torch. That isn't just luck, I've actually saved it on purpose, so that I can put it down. When you put down a torch like this, it means that you can get into the bed, even if there's monsters nearby. So there we go. We can sleep until the next day, and now the job is to go and get a whole bunch of stuff. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to get any coal, which is a bit of a pain. But sometimes you just don't. Sometimes that's the case, but there's more cave pits over here, and this is a swamp biome, which is probably why we heard slimes running around. Yeah, look, here he is. Hello. Thank you. So in a recent update, they basically reverted slimes back to what they previously were. What they previously used to do, these lily pads are useful, and I will show you why later on. They basically reversed their stance on slimes, where people were so annoyed about having to get slimes. It was so difficult to get slimes because you had to find a chunk where they would spawn in. Then you had to build a farm. Oh, there's some coal there. That's fantastic. Let's grab that. And there is some iron there, but it's pretty far down, and this looks like... oh, is this a big node? Please be a big node. Yes. There we go. Good. And as I'm counting something, I always like to have a single slot where I count. There we are. Okay. This is good. This is probably the most important starter resource for you to get. Once you get started with a single node of coal, you should be alright. If you mine it completely out, you should be alright. So just grab all the coal you can from the single spot that you've found coal at, and then go from there. Yeah, look, this goes pretty deep down. I'm not too interested in that for now. There we go. And this is another brilliant starter resource. We do need some of this. So as I said, guys, this is a project world, so this isn't a Let's Play. I'm considering doing a Let's Play for Minecraft, but it's been done a lot before. I'd want to do like a guided Let's Play for it, I think. So let's plant this guy. Please plant all these down. There we are. Get all these cooking. There we go. Nice to have that quite near to my base. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we will we're going to make a sort of hut, I think. That's pretty much all we've got time for. We're going to grab some stuff first, though, and we do need to get some things cooking. So, let's grab raw beef. I guess we'll cook this. For now, I'll grab some more of this. We also want to get this iron cooking, so we'll put 2 of these in here, along with that, to get that iron cooking, because I do want that iron. The rest of this, these 2 we can craft into torches, which is good. Once enough of this iron is done, we will grab ourselves a bucket, because a water bucket is just the bee's knees when it comes to mining. It's what you want to have with you at all times. You need to have a bucket with you. You also want to have something to... you want some kind of crafting material with you all the time as well, so you can build your way out of a place if you need to. I want to deposit these for now, because they're not that useful. The gravel is extremely useful. Oh, hello. You've come running from some water somewhere to come get to me. It's very nice of you, but I'm not interested. Let's grab some of this iron. First thing you should do with any iron is make yourself a bucket of water. Again, one of the most useful items in the game. So there we go, we've got ourselves a standard hotbar now, which I like. With this hotbar I can do most things in the game, and I'm happy with this hotbar. Usually when I'm doing sort of project-y type stuff, I will use stone tools, because there's a finite amount of iron in the game, whereas there's an infinite amount of stone in the game. Because I can always just make a lava generator, make a stone generator out of some lava, and then it's happy days really from there. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab some wood to build our first house. This is going to be a sort of starter area, and I'm going to slowly but surely work on it. I will be expanding this house quite a bit. We're going to be adding a whole bunch. At the start of the next episode, we will basically be cheating in some items. The reason I'm going to cheat in some items is that it's kind of a lottery with a classic size map. With world spawn to see whether or not you get certain resources, and it can take you quite a while to get to them as well. Specifically melons. Melons are a pain in the arse for anyone who's gone hunting melons before. Either you have to get that super lucky jungle which comes with melons installed, which is pretty nice, or you have to search around for an abandoned mineshaft. Not fun even on a classic map, because these things are so difficult to find. Like, my god, they're like probably the hardest natural sort of part of the world to find is the abandoned mineshaft. I've searched for days to try and find an abandoned mineshaft before. I once made the mistake of trying to record whilst searching for an abandoned mineshaft. Yeah, this is a task you do off camera. Never do that on camera. It took me, I think, 1 hour and 20 minutes on a classic world to try and find one of those on camera, and that was just that single task. Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad. That food's done, which is fantastic, but I've got more now which I want to cook, so I'm going to take one of these. Whenever you're thinking of cooking something, just divide it by 5, and that's how much coal you need. It's pretty simple. If you do it that way, you efficiently use coal, which is very important. So, we've got 25 blocks, which means we can make quite a lot. There we are, there's some good starter stuff, and we're also going to take some of this cobblestone. I'm going to make slabs out of these. This is kind of important because it means that we can put them on the roof. Now I'm going to build like the smallest of houses, and I know that's going to upset some people, but I could build a much nicer house, but I don't really feel like I need to. The first house I build is usually enough just to fit my entire wall of stuff in there. Actually, I'm going to want at least one more from here, so I can have a bit of a chest wall going. So then I will just build it out to a nice spot, and then that's about it. Usually, that's the way I build the house. That's probably a bit too far, but okay. No, I don't need it. I don't need it to be that big, so I'm not going to make it that big. So yeah, making a very small house here. There we are, that'll do. I never completely centralise a door as well, because it gives the house some character. Never build symmetrical structures in this game. It just looks really bad. If you build non-symmetrical structures, then they look different. Even that small bit of non-conformity gives an awful lot of character to your build. So just build that way. Don't build perfectly symmetrical houses, because they just look awful. Because houses are very, very rarely symmetrical from the outside, unless they're enormous, and you're probably not going to be building a mansion. So as long as you're not building a mansion, then yeah, you're going to be fine. So don't even worry about it. Okay, so the reason I've got slabs here is because there's a mechanic in game, which is when a mob, when you've got a air block, a half air block, like these slabs, for example, because they are half a block high, they actually have half an air block on top of them, and this half an air block basically stops mobs from spawning, like, completely. There will be no mobs spawning on top of this. So hopefully I've got enough. I think I do. Yeah, I do. So this house is very small and very cramped, and I'm aware of this, and I will eventually be changing it. But this is basically just the starter hut design, which I use just all the time, because it fits everything I want. It's very close to everything I want, but that's about it. Okay, so we've got enough wood here to make another chest, which I will then put down. There we are. There we go. That's all good. I can grab my torches back now. I can put this crafting material away and this crafting material away. We've actually got some saplings, which is really, really nice. So we'll go outside. Oh, we do need one more little addition. Now, when my house is this small, I don't bother doing anything automated with it. So I won't make an automated door function or anything like that, where like you just put a pressure pad behind a door. I'm not going to do that. Oh, that's really weird. It's now take half. I want to take one from it. Ugh. Why can't you do that? Oh, you can still do the place one. Weird. Yeah, so I just close the door behind me. Yeah. Okay, so let's put this crafting material away. This already crafted material away. Put this dirt into my inventory. Actually, no, I'm going to utilize this. Okay, guys. So we've run over just a slight tad, which is kind of bad. I didn't want to run over too much. So what we're going to do is we're going to chuck down these trees here so they can grow in due time. And then I can just have enough saplings on the island. Okay, so what we basically built is a very safe house. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find a spot which is fairly far away from the house. Just a little bit like this, and a little bit like this. Yeah, this is basically just going to make the area around me a bit more safe, so mobs don't just stand skulking behind your wall. Just this small amount of light is enough to get it done. And when you have a small amount of light like this near to a tree, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this and this. Basically what that's going to do is it's going to give these guys growth ticks even when it's night. So they'll have growth, because they'll have sufficient light to grow. So we get growth ticks in the night. So what we've done, guys, is we have built for ourselves a nice little starter base. We've got a nice little starter base going. We've got the start of our world going. We have a very secure base as well. No mobs will spawn on top of it, and we have all of the starter in-game resources that we need. As I said, guys, I will be spawning in some resources in the next episode. Basically what I will do is I'm gonna bring in a whole bunch of seeds, so I don't have to worry about it, and I'll be beginning to grow pretty much everything. So that I can just get started with our project stuff. So probably the first project I'm going to do is going to get rid of that little lump of earth there, and there's another one, yeah, there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these little hulks on top of our little island here, so that we've got a lovely sort of space, a natural space to start working in. Then we might terraform this river. We might just pave over it completely, so that we can then have more space for farms, and then we will completely fence off this area, probably completely, just so that we've got a lovely little valley to work in, and then we will probably turn this entire island into a ginormous base as a starter base, and then what we'll do is we'll expand from that base. So we'll probably just build roads off to the different biomes, and then we'll start building biome specific projects, which are going to be really good fun as well. And then we might go along a little bit into the storyline to unlock some of the newer areas, so that we can get some new resources, and we'll carry on like that, guys. Basically every episode we will have a project in mind. Today's episode was just to get started and to build a base, which we've done. I guys, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode of Coldire's Bit on the Side.